This is Mark Cavanaugh for Cavi Coaches, and today I'm going to coach you up on how to make a straight line graph from your data using your TI calculator. So we've entered our data into the calculator and we want to see, is this a straight line graph? So what we're going to do is we're going to go in and make sure we have a stat plot on. We have a stat plot and we have our times on our X list L1 and our positions in L2. So now we have our stat plot on. We're going to go ahead into our zoom and press number 9 to zoom stat. And we can see that yes, this graph is not linear. So what we need to do is we need to create a straight line graph. So how do we do that? Well, the next thing we're going to do is we look at our graphical method summary sheet and we match up the graph and see that this is y is proportional to x squared, which means that everything graphed on the x-axis has to be squared. So we go back into our edit list, we scroll over to L3, we highlight L3, not down on the dashed lines. We need to make sure L3 is highlighted. And then we're going to type L1 squared. And how do we do that? We press second and L1 and select the number 1. And then we hit the x squared button. And then we press enter and it populates that list with L1 squared values. So you can see in L1, if you square those numbers, you're going to get what you have in L3. So now what we want to do is we want to graph those values in the X list instead of the L1s. So we're going to go back to our stat plot. We're going to go into X list and we're going to type L3 so that we're looking at times squared in position on the X list and Y list. So now we're going to go look at this just to double check to make sure it is a straight line graph by going back into our stat plot, zoom 9, and yes, in fact, it is a straight line graph. So now we need to find the regression statistics. So we did this in a previous video, so we can go ahead and press stat. We scroll over to calc. Number 4 is linreg, but we can see here it defaults to L1 and L2. So we want to put L3, our times squared values, on the X list. So we scroll down and type L2, press calculate, and it gives us the regression statistics for this graph. Congratulations, you just created a straight line graph and found the regression statistics. Have a great day and an even better tomorrow.
If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Cavi Coaches, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter @Cavi Coaches.